Continuamos con una charla sobre la comunicación digital en los dispositivos móviles. Contamos con la presencia de Peter Fernandez, Head of Latin America AdMob. El título de la disertación, Argentina is going mobile, how to achieve massive reach and performance with mobile display advertising. Lo recibimos también con este aplauso, por favor.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me today. I'm Peter Fernandez. I'm the head of Latin America for AdMob. I'm sorry I'm not delivering this speech in Spanish today. I promise I will practice in case I ever get invited back so that I can do the next one in Spanish. I'm here to give a presentation on something a little different. Mobile advertising. This is a medium that is currently growing exponentially in the United States and in Europe, and which we're working extremely hard to expand into Latin America as well. Based on some internal data that I'm going to share with you a little bit later in the presentation, we think that Argentina is a place where both brand and direct response advertisers stand to gain a lot from using mobile advertising, and I'll show you performance data on why that is. So my goal is to share some insight and to share some examples of what's currently being done by the best-in-class companies using mobile advertising, and hopefully get everyone in the room a little bit excited about the incredible potential that this medium has in Argentina. So quickly, just an overview of AdMob and why we feel qualified to talk about mobile advertising. Just to cover the basics, we're a mobile advertising network, which means that we serve advertisements on mobile phones. So if you're using your cell phone to view information on the internet about weather, sports, any sort of information, news, if you're using your iPhone to use an app, that's all mobile internet. We're the largest mobile advertising network that serves ads into those websites and applications. So that would be an example there. That's an ad for Nokia inside of the Easy MSN app. We do this across a network of about 23,000 mobile sites and apps. And we offer a broad variety of ad formats, and you're going to see a lot of those. A little bit of background, we're headquartered in California, and we were actually just purchased by Google this year and are currently in the process of integrating with their online and mobile display products. So what I thought I'd cover today is quickly an introduction to mobile advertising, show you what does it look like, how well does it work, how does it compare to online. Then talk about specifically the mobile advertising audience in Argentina. I'm going to show you some data on who it is that's using the mobile internet in Argentina, who you can reach, and what types of advertising are best suited to this new medium. And then finally, I wanted to show you guys some really exciting creative examples from people who are doing the most interesting stuff in mobile right now. There's some really exciting stuff here, which I think everyone will enjoy. So for anyone who has never seen a mobile advertisement, or maybe it's been a while since you've had a look at one, we think that mobile advertising really started in about 2006. That's when interesting formats really started coming out. It's when media buyers really started taking it seriously. And I have a short 1-minute video here. It's going to run through several examples of different types of mobile advertisements just to get everyone on the same page about what we're talking about. All of the ad formats you're going to see here, I'll cover in more detail a little bit later in the presentation, but I'm gonna stop talking for just 1 minute. This is a silent video while you can check out some of these ad formats. So what you're seeing in this last one that's coming up here is, this is an advertisement. This is the kind of thing that has recently become possible on mobile phones, and we're showing a lot of iPhones, but it's not just on iPhones, it's also on all of the latest Android phones, lots of Samsungs, lots of Nokias. This is a full-page advertisement that is really unlike any other type of advertisement that exists. First of all, it takes up the entire screen, quite different from online where you may have many ads on a screen. You can actually touch this ad. You can click on that cloud and a rainbow comes across the sky, an animal comes out into the advertisement. It feels more like content, more like entertainment than it does like an advertisement. The ad can tell what direction you're holding the phone in so that if you were to turn it, it would actually move according to the way you moved it. And finally, it's moving, it's real, you can touch it. It's a lot different from online, and this is one of the reasons that we're really excited about mobile, because there's all of these different capabilities on mobile phones that we haven't had up until now. One other very interesting and exciting thing that's beginning to happen with mobile advertising is that ads know where you are. So it's becoming possible to serve ads for coupons, for example, to people who are within a certain distance from a certain store or a certain quick service fast food restaurant, for example. So for all of these reasons, like I mentioned, mobile advertising is a lot different from online. And what we're finding is that that shows in the performance. So this is data from an American company called Insight Express. And what they did was they ran ad campaigns on mobile phones, and then they ran those same ad campaigns on traditional online advertising. And what they found was that across a variety of metrics, unaided awareness, brand favorability, purchase intent, the mobile campaigns outperform the online campaigns by 2.5 to 5%. In other words, there's hard data to back up that this really works. And it's not just across it's not just across all ad campaigns, it's also specifically for brand campaigns. So this was a study done by a company called Dynamic Logic, comparing people who had not seen a mobile ad campaign to other people who had seen a mobile ad campaign, let's say for Nokia. The people who had seen the campaign were 3.6 times more likely to be able to remember an ad or discuss a slogan from Nokia. They viewed the brand more favorably. They were more likely to be willing to consider purchasing the product or the brand. And this is done across over 30 or 40 campaigns. So this is really consistent data. It's working in a branding capacity for brands. Which is why there are so many brands for whom mobile advertising is now a normal part of their buys. In every vertical, mobile advertising makes sense in a different way. With consumer products, we see a lot of companies who are using it purely for branding, purely for awareness. They can reach millions and millions of people because I'm sure you're all aware of the statistic that there are 50 million or 55 million cell phones in Argentina for 40 million people. It's 1.3 cell phones per person. Mobile is a way that everyone can be reached. In mobile, that's a great example of a vertical for which mobile advertising makes a lot of sense. If you are a manufacturer of cell phones trying to take market share from another manufacturer of cell phones, you should serve advertisements for your phones on their phones. And we've seen that work extremely well. Autos, it's a great medium for autos because you can get rich formats of photography, of video. It just lends itself to advertising autos. Same thing for movies, TV, and games. Movie studios love this format because you can send people to landing pages where they can watch trailers for movies, which is the most important thing to a movie producer. They want people seeing the trailers and wanting to go to the theater. Almost any model of cell phone can play a trailer for a movie. So all of these verticals are finding ways in which mobile works for them. As a consequence, most major agencies are now involved in mobile in some way or another, and generally are making it a part of their standard buy, their standard digital buy. So that's my introduction, and what I want to get to now is the part about, specifically in Argentina, what does mobile mean in Argentina right now, and what can it mean in the near future? Well, first of all, the use of the mobile internet is growing incredibly quickly in Argentina. This is looking at page views in our network alone, and we're not the only mobile advertising network. There are others, so the full reach is larger than what I'm showing you here. This represents page views